All right. Daniel, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing all right. All right, we're about to go. Woo! Oh my goodness. Waiting for the caffeine to kick in. Stuff set up here. Into the world. We're loading in. There we go. Make sure I can see. Aaron, what's up? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing all right today. That seems good. Alright. Start recording. Load in, so we got a few. I'm good, and you? I'm doing well. I'm doing real well. Woke up really early to do a little bit of streaming, so here I am. Real 13 GK, thank you. Is Real 13 stand? Is that like your number, and are you a goalkeeper? Is that what that stands for? I feel like that's what it stands for. If not, then cool. But that's the feeling I get. But thank you. Yeah, Aaron, no, I'm doing real good. Woke up really early, and figured I'd crack on knocking out this Obsidian. How did I know that? Real is for Real Madrid. Ah, okay, that makes sense. How did I know that? I don't know. I just guessed. I don't ever see GK unless I'm thinking about soccer. So there's that. I also was coaching at a sports camp yesterday, and soccer was one of the sports that you could be a part of. I have no idea, but it was a solid guess there. I'll take that. Real Madrid, though. I'm assuming that's your favorite club. Is that what they're called? They're called clubs, right? I don't know. I'm not a huge soccer guy. So, when I was in school, I had some friends that played soccer, and I was a basketball player, okay? And they needed someone to step into the goal while they practiced some shots. You've got to be a tough person to step into a goal. I will never do that again. I've never heard a ball fly past my head that fast in my life. That was the first and last time I stepped into a goal. I will never do it again. If that ball had collided with any part of my body, I would have been in a lot of pain. So I gotta tip my hat to you. No shot. Absolutely no shot. But I guess it makes for exciting, like, it's not gameplay, so to speak, but I guess it makes it exciting because you gotta dive and dodge and all sorts of stuff. Did I know that? No, I had no clue. Congratulations. Sounds exciting. It sounds real exciting. Nice. And what does it mean, like, getting to travel for this team? I'm ignorant when it comes to playing soccer, so getting to travel to Europe and play, what's the reason? I'm assuming it's because you're really good and you got invited? I also don't know what makes a goalie really good other than the fact that you can stop the other team from scoring. But like in terms of like what you need from a skill perspective, I have zero idea what it takes to be a goalie. I don't even know how you train to become a goalie. None of that even makes sense to me. You got scouted. Ah, sweet. I hear that soccer's growing in the States, but I don't know if that's actually true or how fast that is actually happening. I know none of it. So how long are you going to be playing in Europe? Leave in 20 days, so about a month. But how long are you there playing? There's bravery coming out to save it, like putting your leg out, not being scared to hit your head on the crosswalk. Post. There for like 3 weeks. Jeez. That's cool. Yeah, you gotta be a courageous individual to step into the goal, so. Awesome, I'm glad you enjoy it. Soccer's it's a fun sport to watch. I've this past year, I wouldn't even say the past year. I'd say the past like 6 months I started watching soccer. I don't know when the season starts, so bear with me here. But I have a friend that's really into soccer, and he's been kind of helping me understand the game a little bit, and like from time to time we'll talk while I watch a game or something like that. We'll text back and forth while I'm watching like a professional game, and it's been interesting learning the sport, but it's a beautiful sport to watch. I think part of it is because one, it's very similar. There's some similarities, maybe not very similar, to basketball, and so I can understand that aspect of it. Kind of the way that the game flows and the way that you kind of transition between offense and defense. Obviously, that not everyone plays defense and not everyone plays offense, but there's some similarities in the way that like the game kind of transitions over time. But he's really tried to help me understand like positioning and like what thought process is, and team you're enjoying watching has the ball versus when they're defending and stuff like that. And so I've had a blast. Like, you want to get recruited by a European club. So is that super difficult? I imagine it is, because Europe is pretty well known for soccer. So do you have an idea of like what you need to do in order to get recruited? I've always said that like I played soccer growing up. Well, that's a lie. Most kids start off playing like some form of soccer, right? When you get into sports. Soccer is one of the few sports that I wish if I could go back, I would play. I would have played throughout school. But apparently, I told my father this when I was a kid. I don't remember saying this, but apparently he asked if I wanted to play soccer again, and I told him no, and he like, why not? You enjoy playing it, you love playing it. And he said, I basically looked at him and was like, it's because they make you play when it's hot outside, so like the middle of the summer, or they make you play when it's cold outside, middle of the winter. I just stopped playing after that. Have I heard about the war thing going on for the US? No. Unless you're talking about the bombings in Israel and Iran. It's Israel, right? And Iran. I mean, I've seen a little bit about it, but I haven't paid much attention to it. So, also, I can't really remember a time that the US wasn't at war, so there's that. I don't look for, I'm not interested in going to war again, if that's the question. But I mean, I've never been to war specifically, but I'm not interested in the US going to war again, because that's all I really know. That's all I've ever really seen. So there's that. Now, I will say other people have different opinions, and have your own opinion. It's none of my business. I don't care what you think. But that's where I stand. Something's going on in Mexico. There's stuff going on all over the world, all times. So I don't know. I look at it like this. I could sit here and worry about everything that the media pumps out, right? I could worry about every little detail, every headline. And I think to some degree it's important to like stay up to date, but also it's important to understand that like major media outlets in every capacity, their job is to get clicks, because that's how they make their money. And so they're going to put out the most egregious stuff possible so that you flip out and read their content, right? I think we are well past the days of like, hey, we are pumping out news so that you are in a better place, you understand what's going on. I can't speak for other countries. I can only speak for the US, but that's how I feel. So, I mean, is it as bad as it looks? I mean, maybe. I really have no idea. I don't know if I should trust our media outlets or not. That being said, until I am required to either, like, unless I get drafted to the military or homeland is attacked, I'm not too worried about it. I'll let things play out and see what happens. Seen a lot of live streams. You're getting worried. And I don't want you not to worry. Like, if you think it's important to worry, like if it's that important to you, then do you. I'm not gonna tell you how to react to certain things. I was just explaining how I react to things. I think part of it is again because I've experienced the fact that like growing up we were at war. Uh, when I was born, we just got out of war. What's my favorite cologne? I don't know if I have a favorite cologne. I have a bourbon smelling like a wood bourbon cologne from oh what is it called? I can't even think of it right now. But it smells pretty good. What is the brand? It has like a Yeti. It's not a Yeti. Bath and Body Works? No, it's not Bath and Body Works. It's not a Yeti. It's the wood version of a Yeti. Who asked you that? So I'm streaming on TikTok, and Twitter as well as on YouTube. So they're not on YouTube, no. What is the brand? It's not a Yeti. They have commercials all over the place, and I cannot think of the brand right now. They have cologne. They have soap. But it's not Bath and Body Works. I can't think of the brand right now. The Manly Wood Guys. But Bath and Body Works does smell good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Bath and Body Works smells delicious. Honestly, I just like really nice smelling stuff, so I don't really care what the brand is as long as it smells nice. Oh, well, that's a lie. If it's too expensive, you know, that's part of it. I'll put that out there. If it's crazy expensive, your boy ain't got money like that. Like, I got a budget, you know what I mean? I gotta check my bank account from time to time. It's gonna pop up in my head like 5 hours from now, and I'll be like, oh wait, there it is. It's really irritating me. What is it called? Hold on. Dr. Squatch. There we go. Goodness gracious. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Dr. Squatch. There's a bourbon, something bourbon cologne, and it smells quite nice. In my opinion. I'm also like big into candles. I don't know if that's a normal thing for guys, but I really love candles. Okay, that's not like, yeah, I really I like candles a lot. I like the way they smell. I like really nice smelling. I don't know why that is, but I've always been that way. Even as a kid, I remember like being very, very in tune with like really nice smelling stuff. And like if I go work out and I start to like it's a really hard workout, when I'm done I'm like, dude, I know I smell bad, and it drives me insane. It like stresses me out. I imagine like overall that's a good thing, but like it really, really, really stresses me out to the point where like I get like super, super wood barrel bourbon. Yes. How the heck do you know that? What the heck? That's crazy. Yes. Love the way that smells. Nate and Jack, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that smells really good. Search it up and guessed. That's crazy. Yeah, it smells awesome. In my opinion, that may not be everybody's smell. It has a. You're Jack. Well, hello, Jack. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing all right today. But wood barrel bourbon may not be everybody's kind of smell. But it has like a manly kind of smell to it. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I really don't know how to explain it, but it smells really great, in my opinion. Also, it's the first cologne that I've gotten from them, and I am pleasantly surprised. I'm just happy with it. You know what I mean? So there's that. I do want to try some of their other colognes, but I'm imagining this cologne's gonna last me a while. I'm really not into having multiple colognes. I know that's like a thing for people. They're like, oh, I want to smell like this. Like, no, I kind of just like this smell, so I'm going to smell like this, and then when this runs out, maybe I'll try something else. Is that weird? Is that like normal? I don't know if that's normal or not. But anyways, what I was saying is like after I work out really, like I have a really good workout. If I sweat like a lot, obviously when you sweat you smell, and like I get like space paranoid. Like I don't know, I don't want people near me. I want to go shower, change, and after that I can go hang out or something. I think part of it's because I had a teammate in high school who would not like we'd have like a basketball tournament or something, and if we had a game that was like 3 hours apart, they wouldn't go shower after the first game. They'd be like, oh no, we got a game soon, so I'm just not gonna shower. And we'd be like, bro, you smell like buns. We need you to go shower, rinse off at least, do something, help us, be respectful. So now I'm like paranoid. All that to say, guys, is, you know, I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, but be courteous of other people's noses. You got the funk, go take a shower. I mean, it doesn't have to be a deep shower. It doesn't have to be one of those like 45-minute showers. Hop in, get you a 5 to 10 minute scrub, something quick, something, you know, and you can deep clean later on that evening. But get you a 5 to 10 minute shower. Help us out. Okay? I also come from like a family that likes to speak their mind. So there's that problem. You don't want me to comment on your smell, then you probably don't want to stink around me. I'm liable. I might say something. I'll try not to, but it depends on how funky it is. If it's crazy deep, we're gonna have a conversation. You know? And I'll be respectful about it. I'm like, hey, brother, yeah. I don't know if you're catching that smell or if it's you. But it seems like every time I'm around you, I get a whiff of some funk. I just want you to know, if you're unaware, that'd be a good idea. You know what I mean? Look at likes. I don't have any of that stuff pulled up. I can't look at anything. Unless you're talking about like likes on top of like a cologne brand. What's your favorite cologne? I don't think I've ever been asked what my favorite cologne is. That's new to me. Are you like a cologne connoisseur? My likes are at 999. That's kind of crazy. Is it normal for someone to like not care about likes and shares and stuff? Not that I don't care. That sounds bad, but it's kind of schman for me. Like it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's like, you know. I enjoy playing. I enjoy streaming. So whether I get 1 like, no likes, or 5,000, it's kind of whatever for me. Yours is probably Blue de Chanel. Okay, Parker. Okay, Parker. Okay. Is that expensive? Because if it's not, it sounds expensive. That sounds crazy. Bleu de Chanel. That's crazy. That sounds so expensive. We all know I mean, I don't know if Parker has it, but Parker may not have it like that, okay? But Parker also has it like that. You know what I mean? What a cool name. I bet you that sounds... I mean, I bet you it smells incredible. Someone's got to stop you. Somebody step in. Somebody step in. Parker needs help. Parker's buying out the store. Parker smells good while he does it as well. That's hilarious. At least you're self-aware enough to know. You're like, nah, I like to smell way too good, so someone has to step in. I'm buying way too much cologne. Golly, that's hilarious. I'm trying to think, okay, what setting would you wear cologne? Are you like a, I wear cologne every day, or are you a, no, I wear cologne when I'm going out and doing something nice? Because that's how I am. If I go out to, I say doing something nice, but like if I just go out to dinner or something like that, then I'll wear cologne. But other than that, I'd rather wear body spray because I don't want to spend the money. I know some people are like, oh, that stinks or whatever. I genuinely am like, ah, well, it's not for you. It's not for you. Every day and all day. I don't think I've ever heard anyone that does that. That is new to me. Wait, so do you like other things that smell good, or is it just like a cologne thing? You're just a cologne individual. You're a cologne person. It's very unique. That is super unique, actually. And how the heck did you get into cologne? Now I want to know how many bottles of cologne you have. The questions are flowing at this point in time. Oh. I heard about that. I heard it sold out pretty quickly as well. Look, I'm not gonna... Your brother got you into it? It sounds like an addiction right now. It sounds like an addiction at the moment. It sounds like you need your brother to step back in and help you calm down. Especially if you're out here buying Sydney Sweeney's bathwater soap. You got 15 bottles of cologne? Jeez. Maybe I'm the weird one because I have like 2. And like a bottle of aftershave. Which, okay, I don't understand this. Why does aftershave smell so good? Can anyone explain that to me? Because in my mind, it's like cologne. You just put it on after you shave, obviously. Okay, 5 are like not okay, but still that means you got 10 bottles that are like the expensive ones. And okay, also I know nothing about colognes other than they smell good. What makes a bottle of cologne expensive other than the price tag? Like oh man, this sounds so stupid when I say it. Like I understand that there's bottles that are expensive and it's dependent upon your like own budget, but like, does that make sense? Am I making sense here, or am I just losing my mind? I feel like I'm making sense here. It's like it would be like comparing like a Toyota to like a Ferrari. You know what I mean? Like that's how my brain is. Like Toyotas can still be expensive if your budget's like not Toyota. You know what I mean? It's just the name. They just scam me. Dude, the level of self-awareness of being like, dude, I can't help it, all right? I like the way it smells, but it's the freaking name. And they're scamming me, but I can't stop myself because I love the way it smells, so I buy it anyways. Dang, what a painful place to be, but I want that level of self-awareness. Like, no, it's expensive, I shouldn't buy it, but I like to smell good, so here we are. I'm going to be buying it anyways. So now the question is, are you going to start your own cologne brand? Are you going to become a cologne connoisseur who evolves into a cologne producing CEO? That's what I need to know. I think that's what should happen, to be honest with you. Oh, wait, hold on. I have chests somewhere. Where'd I put them? Oh, they're down here. Alright. Also, I should put this back in there. That can go in there, that can go. Let's fly back up here. Okay. Process is moving a little faster than I thought, but it's not bad, which is good. I'm happy with that. You should start showing brand. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how you do that. You know, I can't help you there, but you're that into cologne. It sounds like you've been buying cologne for a while now, and you got a decent kind of idea of you know what smells good, what doesn't, and what sells and what doesn't. Why not start one? Or at least try it out. I don't know what the cost is, so take my recommendation, my ideas, my what's the word I'm looking for? Take what I have to say with a grain of salt. There we go. How about that? Live your life. I mean, it sounds like you're living your life anyways, but you know, don't mind me. I'm just a guy who's, you know, playing Minecraft and streaming it. So I have to know, like, what is the Bleu de Chanel? Is that is that the most expensive cologne you've ever bought? I don't need to know the exact price. I don't need to know the price at all. But like, what's the most expensive you've ever bought? What's the name of that? Honestly, you probably could do that. They do that with like food items. Like a lot of the off-brand food items is just a company going to the name brand item and saying, hey, we want your cereal and we'll put it into, but we don't have the resources or time or whatever to make our own. Can we use yours? And they'll be like, sure, you can use it, but you got to rebrand it, put it in a different bag, whatever. That may not be the case all the time, but there are situations where it's basically the same repackaged, it's just cheaper. So, good work. Okay, alright, none are over 200. Jeez, I don't know if I've ever spent something close to that. I ain't got money like that. Same, okay, same. I wear really big shoes. I got big feet, so I hate buying shoes because it gets expensive. But I don't ever think I've spent over $100 on a pair of shoes. Maybe 120 is the most I've ever spent on shoes. I can't bring myself to do it. All right. So we're talking about reasonable prices here. Okay. We're not talking about breaking the bank or anything. I was gonna cry for you if you said, yeah, I bought like a $1,500 bottle of cologne. I don't know if that actually exists, but I'm sure there is somewhere. And I might have passed out on stream. I just would have fallen over, died right here and there. Would have been a tragedy. Would have been a very sad day. Even if I had money, okay, let me think here. Even if I had money, would I be willing to spend $1,500 on a bottle of cologne? Dude, I don't think there's any way. I should start cologne content. Yeah, making fun of the cologne companies for selling it for $2,000 is what I would do. I don't know if anything on the planet smells good enough that I'd be willing to spend $2,000 or $1,500. You know what I mean? You know what do you understand what that cologne would have to do for me? Yeah, we could just hate on them. like the cologne would have to. I mean, we're talking, it would have to be a confidence booster like no other. Like I should walk a little taller. You know what I mean? My luck, my karma, my charisma should be a little bit better. You know what I mean? I should be able to look at food and not want to consume it. You know what I mean? The cologne should help me find a goose that pops out golden eggs. Like that's what the cologne would have to do for me to spend that kind of money. Granted, I will say, since I don't have money like that, maybe if I was wealthy enough and was bored and was like, I need to spend money because I just need to, I have that much money. That's one thing, I guess. But I'm nowhere near that, so I still check prices at the McDonald's menu. All right, I still check the prices. You know what? I hope there's a part of me that wants to be rich enough, wealthy enough, maybe not rich, wealthy enough that like I don't have to look at prices, but I think I will always look at prices. Mainly because it blows my mind sometimes, where I'm like, dude, I remember when this was $3. Like, I have memories of as a kid of like gas being around $1. I have very vague memories of that. I may be crazy. Maybe it was $1.90. Like, I have memories of it being cheaper, much cheaper than what it is now. Right? And then I look at gas today, and a little piece of me, I cry on the inside, just a little bit. Every time I got to fill up my car, I'm like, ah. I feel like I'm being robbed here. But it's like, you know, if I don't put gas in the car, where am I going? Nowhere. So 20 cents. What a glorious day that must have been. What a glorious day that must have been. And the sad thing is, I know I'm willing to bet there was a day where gas prices hit 40 cents and people flipped out. Went to join the Minecraft Football League. I have no idea what that is. If you want me to be honest, MFL. It sounds official though. That sounds so official. I live in Antarctica. It's cheap up here. It's like the NFL. Wait a second. How does this work? It's like the NFL, but how? Wait a second. How does that work? You get drafted and everything? What the heck? But why is gas so cheap up in Antarctica? So, do I have bedrock? Yes, I do have bedrock. But I'm so confused. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you, MFL. I appreciate the offer. I don't do server play very well, or like playing with others. Mainly because I'm super shy and not interested. Like, I don't know. It seems weird. I can stream just fine because I don't see you. But the second that I'm required to play alongside or with or meet you in person, something like that, I get really shy and it's very uncomfortable for me. You're running all the games on? How does that? I don't even understand how that works. It doesn't even make any sense. Like, how do you play football in Minecraft? I genuinely have no idea what you're talking, like how that works. You don't have to talk to any other people to just be on the world with a snowball. Wait, huh? Okay, so you throw the snowball. Okay, got that part. So you just have to pass the entire time? It's just an air raid offense? There's no run game? How do you play defense? How does that work? Is it like, it's like 7-on-7 type of football? Hits the player, they have the ball. Oh, that hurts my head. Interesting. What are the team names? I'm genuinely curious. It's 11v11. Okay. How the heck does that? Okay. And then it's the point system is all the same. What's my NFL team? I'm a diehard Cowboy fan. I am a Cowboy fan through and through, which means that all I know is pain and suffering. So, but I'm a realistic Dallas Cowboys fan, if that makes sense. I'm not one of the ones that's like, oh, this is our year. No, it's not. It's not our year. We suck. We suck. We have all this talent, but we can't pull it together. Love Dak Prescott. I think he's a great human. I don't know if he's the guy, but we're gonna pay him anyways because why not? You're building their stadium. That's crazy. You've been Pepsi man. What the heck is that? Chess, how are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. It's taking you a whole year to build their stadium. Oh my gosh. Are you building it in creative? How does that work? You're dedicated to this. That's sick. Are you going to end up building all their stadiums? That's what I need to know. Because if you are, that's sick. I don't know how long it's going to take you, but that's sick. Also, respect. Hold on. I'm looking up something. 1 second. And how did you start? Like, when did you start doing this? That seems insane. Running a football league in Minecraft seems nuts. Wait, do they do that for other sports too? What do you think? What other sports could you do that for? Could you do that for any other sports? Maybe basketball. Could you do it for soccer? I don't know if you could do it for soccer. You started about a year ago. That's insane, dude. They don't got any yet? Okay. Sure, you can do it for basketball though, right? That's the only other sport I can think of. Baseball, I don't know how you do it for baseball. I can see how you could like play outfield for baseball, but I don't know how you would hit a ball in Minecraft. It's not without a mod. Speaking of baseball, backyard baseball was a lot of fun. That came out of nowhere, but I think it's important for you guys to understand just how fun that game was. That game has a special place in my heart. Okay. Little what was his name? Pablo. He was like the same size as the baseball bat, but that boy would go yard. Yeah. Yeah. Throwing, you know, dropping homers and stuff. Fun game. Any backyard game for that matter was fun, actually. And I'll die on that hill. I will die on that hill. Not gonna make an account for it? Okay. Will I join and be Dak Prescott? Probably not, I'll be honest with you. But if you're gonna be posting content, I'll probably watch. As long as it pops up on my feed. Granted, I'm not on TikTok all that much. Is TikTok the only place you would be posting? I'm more on YouTube. YouTube is kind of my baby. So if you're on YouTube, I'll definitely watch as long as it pops up. I just kind of stream on TikTok. Ah, so you post everywhere. Yeah, as long as you post, I'll watch. But I have no interest in joining. I'll be honest with you. I'm addicted to this world. This world is my baby. So pulling me away from this is going to be incredibly difficult. In fact, it's going to be so difficult. I have a cousin that has a Minecraft realm, and he invited me to play on it, and I played for about 2 hours and then left and came back to this. Just to give you an idea. I can own the team though. I don't have team ownership money, but yeah, if you need a stand-in, that'll be me. I'll raise my hand. I'll be a stand-in until you can find someone who can actually afford it. Want me to be a team owner? What does the team owner do? If it requires me to do anything other than just my name is there saying I own it, then yeah, the answer is gonna be no. I'm lazy, dog. I'm lazy. But if you just want to slap my name on there and say, yeah, this is Splunky's the team owner, that cool. I don't care. Sounds good to me. And there's two reasons for that. One, I don't like our owner of the actual Dallas Cowboys. I think he's too self-centered and wants to be in the limelight all the time. So because of that, he makes really dumb decisions when it comes to picking players, trading for players. Granted, I also am not a multi-billionaire like he is, so there's that. But basically never. That. Did you just start the stream? I started the stream like, I don't know, 45 minutes ago. And then I'm streaming on a bunch of different platforms. I say a bunch. I'm streaming on different platforms, so I'm basically trying to keep up with multiple chats. But yeah, and I started streaming not too long ago, I guess, technically. I started streaming long enough ago that my coffee is starting to get cold. Jess, what have you been up to, though? What's going on in your world? How's life? I hope it's good for you. Do I remember you saying that? I think so. Maybe? Probably not, actually. Let me not lie. I have a vague memory of someone saying they lost their world to corruption. Maybe it was you, but I don't remember exactly. So, I've also talked to a number of people who have lost their worlds. I'll take part ownership. I'll be on, like I said, MFL. I'm the type of person that'll ghost you. I'll ghost you quick. You're gonna ask me to do something, like, nah, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. So it's better for you to put partial. I want you to understand right out the gate the type of person I can be and the type of person I am. You know what I mean? When I was placing slimes, I vaguely remember that. Have you started a new world since? I sure hope so. We are done with placing all the slimes. Well, no, not all of them. There's still some slimes. I gotta remove the pillars and then place the slimes there, but basically everything else is done. Everywhere else is done. Well, maybe where the Enderman farm is, but we'll get to that point much, much later. Much, much later. Ooh, you start a new one and then you have a 50-day one where you just defeat the Ender Dragon? Sick. YouTubers want to join the Minecraft Football League? Bet. When's so is the Minecraft Football League is the league going to match when the NFL starts? Because I'm so stoked for the NFL season. I'm so ready for it. I'm so ready to be super upset with how my Cowboys play. I just want everybody to know that. The Minecraft FB League. Okay, got you. But when does your season start? That's the road. When does the Minecraft football season start? I am curious about that. And then Just Chest, when you just beat the Ender Dragon, what's the next goal? Did you get Elytra as well? I assume you went and got the Elytra. Definitely keeping backups, that's a great idea. You're currently recruiting more players, that makes sense. How often should you be backing up your world? I don't know how often that should be happening. I think I've backed up this world once just to see how it worked. I haven't done it since. I don't know if that's something I should do more often. I don't know how that works. And also, since it's a regular survival, does it matter if I back it up? I don't think it matters. I think it matters only if it's a hardcore, right? You guess you'll try and get Elytra. It's always one of those things, like, getting Elytra is like a hit or miss, right? Like, obviously, you know, you'll eventually find one, but sometimes it's like, oh, it takes me 10 minutes to find one. And then other times it's like, I've been in the this endless void for 5 hours, and I haven't seen one ship in the air. You know what I mean? And it makes you want to just punch your monitor. Minecraft Football League, how many players do you need? Are you making teams? Like, are you going to have a full NFL 32 teams? Is that what it is? Like, are you gonna have a full-blown football league? Because that seems insane to me. Impressive, but insane. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, that stresses me out. Why? Why would you do that to yourself? You just subbed to my YouTube channel? Oh, you're so kind. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't make football content, but, you know. I do talk about sports, though. Did anyone watch the Pacers last night and the Thunder? Any of you guys into basketball? I'm not going to lie. I don't care what anyone says. I know that this is like one of the least viewed finals series ever. But in terms of just the overall playoffs, this has been one of the greatest playoffs that I've ever seen in my life. Wait, the Pacers are your dad. Wait, the Pacers or the Thunder's your dad's favorite team? I'm not a fan of either. Well, that's a lie. I went to school in Oklahoma. I went to college there, so in Oklahoma City, and so I like the Thunder. But I don't really care who wins the finals. I just want really good games. Your dad's a Pacers fan. That's insane. Have I ever met a Pacers fan? Hold on. I don't think I have. I don't think I have. I was a Dallas Mavericks fan until they traded Luka away. And for the life of me, I would if even if the Dallas Mavericks had won a championship, even if they win a championship, I'm not going to be happy about it because they traded Luka. I don't think the Mavericks understood how much we as Dallas Maverick fans loved Luka. Can't lie, I'm embarrassed to say this. I actually before in my previous hardcore world because it was such a bad seed on an island. Yes, when I first started playing Minecraft, I got tired of mining for diamonds, and I didn't X-ray. I just switched my world between creative and survival, and just gave myself basically infinite diamonds. And I played for like another hour, and I realized that it was in that moment I realized why it was so important not to cheat sometimes, like in that regard, using X-rays and stuff. I couldn't play the world. I was like, this is not it. You sent me a DM request? Where? Where did you send it? I'm assuming you sent it on TikTok. And, Dick, I will check it out. Okay, cool. Bet. Is the sun up? It's 6:30 in the morning. Is the sun up? It might be up. I can't really tell because I'm not looking outside. Hold on. Let me see real quick. Oh my gosh, the sun is up. Sunrise. Good morning, everybody. Are you streaming on another platform? Because I don't see other chats here on YouTube. Yes, I'm streaming on Twitter right now. I'm streaming on Kick, and I'm streaming on TikTok as well as YouTube. So I'm just all over the place today. But this is the first time I've ever had anyone on TikTok actually talk to me. So that's cool. Do I have Instagram? No. I mean, I do, like, my personal stuff, but not for, not a Splunky, like, content creation. And my personal one, I don't give out for obvious reasons. So not that I think anyone would create a Splunky Instagram account, but if someone ever does, Just know it's not me because I don't have one. There's that. I should make a Splunky one. Should I? I mean, I really don't understand Instagram that much. I'm a YouTube guy, if I'm being honest. I'm such a diehard YouTube person. It's kind of disturbing. I understand the whole like grinding content everywhere, but it seems like a chore. And Instagram was like for photos, and now it's not. Now it's like reels and stuff, and it seems like a lot. But maybe I should. Maybe you're right. I've also never streamed to Instagram. Maybe that would be cool. I don't know. Really don't know how you stream to Instagram. I imagine it's very similar to like YouTube and TikTok, but I don't know. But even if I made a Splunky Instagram, wouldn't it even possible? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I have. Maybe I did in the past. I don't know. Have you found good success with Instagram? I genuinely have never really tried anything with Instagram other than creating one for my personal stuff, and I still don't even use it. So maybe it is worth it. I don't know. Dude, mining all these pillars away is not going to be fun. Just so everyone knows, I highly, highly, highly do not recommend doing this to yourself unless you have a really, really cool idea. YouTube chat is dead. It's dying out here, Chess. I'm also streaming like early in the morning. Well, I think one thing needs to be clear. I'm not a large YouTube channel. I'm not a large creator, so there's that. There's that problem. But also, I'm not streaming at times that I normally do. There's that as well. I'm sorry, Chess. I don't know how to make chat more exciting for you. There's nothing I can do. I'm doing my best out here. I remember when I first started streaming, like a long time ago, right? And I would spend like 8 hours and no one would come to chat. No one would even see the stream. It'd be like 3 people would have like looked at this stream and not said a word. And the entire time I would be sitting there talking to myself. And then there'd be like, as I would stream more, it got to the point where like I would still have like 3 or 4 viewers over the course of like 8 hours. And like the one comment was like, "Who are you talking to?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I'm talking to myself." And they'd be like, "Why?" And I would be like, "Oh, well, I'm, one day, hopefully there are people in here chatting. And if I can practice chatting now, talking, then it will become easier later on." I don't know if that ever worked. If I'm being honest, I don't know if I ever developed that skill, or if I'm just a little delusional and was just actually talking to myself, and that's how I kind of coped with the fact that I was talking to myself. Going to the outer end islands. Heck yeah. Well, I appreciate you being here nonetheless. But I think I naturally talk to myself. Like, I do it all the time. Actually, I'm not aware if I do it all the time. I feel like I do. But there are times where I catch myself just talking and, like, to myself and there's no one around. I'll stop myself, like, mid-thought, and I'm like, was my mouth moving there? As if I was actually talking to somebody? And it dawns on me that it was. I don't know if you guys do that, but I will have a full-blown conversation with myself. Just out of nowhere. Like, I make up false... Like, usually when I'm talking to myself, I'm talking about a situation that has never happened. But it's like, if this ever happens, this is how I'm going to respond. MFL, what's up? Oh, see, there you go. Do you get chat revenue or something? No. If you're ever on my stream and you see an ad play, then there's revenue that comes from that, but it's not. It's like pennies. Like, you really need a ridiculous amount of viewers for there to be ad revenue that you get from streaming. At least I assume that's the case. I've probably made a couple of dollars from streaming, from ad revenue. I have a few members on YouTube, and so I get a little bit of money there. But if they decide to no longer be a member, then there's no money that comes from that. And there's also a split between me and like YouTube or any other platform that like I would get money from, quote unquote. So I do make more ad revenue for my videos on YouTube than I do my streams, if that makes sense. When I said the answer to Streamlabs, okay, well, no, I don't get, unless you see an ad, there's no revenue that I'm getting. I don't get, like, if you have, 100 chat, messages, you get from that. That doesn't happen. On stream, it's if there's an ad that plays, but for it to be worth it, you really need a decent amount of viewers, or the channel memberships, or like super chats or donations. I guess it's called gifts on YouTube. So that would be the only way that I would make revenue. But I also split that with YouTube. I don't know what the splits are. I haven't really paid that much attention to it because I'm such a small channel. I haven't really thought about it. The only time I guess I think about it is if it's happening, like if I have a video that's doing well. So hopefully that answers that question to some degree. Dude, I'm yawning, and I shouldn't be yawning because I got 8 hours of sleep. But I don't know if this is if this happens to you guys. If I wake up when the sun isn't out, I tend to be more sleepy than when I wake up with the sun out. Does that make sense? I could sleep for 10 hours, and if the sun is not out, I'm still tired. But I could sleep 6.5 hours and be a little bit tired at some point during the day, but that first couple of hours I'm oh no, I feel pretty good. That guy, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Up. I'm doing real well. I'm just chilling, mining obsidian. We're taking the obsidian all the way down to Y level 60 right now. And we're gonna do that for all the pillars. And then I think I may start blowing up the island and then finish the pillars later on. I really don't know. I don't know if I want to break this into... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. Yeah, dude. Slowly but surely carving these pillars away. That one random night when I try to sleep, my brain says, it's not the time now. It reminds me of all the war crimes that you did inside of video games for legal reasons. I feel you. The pillars are the worst. Yes. Yes, they are. But I'm realizing, if I'm streaming and I have someone to talk about, someone to talk to, it makes it more manageable. I don't think nearly as much about how long it's taking to mine out because I have chat to distract me. Now, there are times where I'm mining and streaming and there's no one to talk to, and those are kind of, those are slow days, but, it is what it is, right? Either way, I gotta sit here and mine these out if I want to create the build I want, so here we are. There's just no easy way to do it. That is so true. I even looked up if there's a way. I'm sure if I searched long enough, I could find someone who is really good at like I don't know, manipulating the game and can delete it really quickly, but I also imagine that is like a lengthy process and maybe not even work. There's probably also a mod out there that lets you insta-mine obsidian, but I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Music helps. Music like generally helps me, but also the song playlist that I listen to doesn't really have words, and so it's not like I can sing along. And I've heard these songs so many times. It's not even. It's kind of ridiculous. What Y level am I on? Oh, nice. We're almost there. We're almost to Y level 60. We got this layer and then one more. Yeah, I thought about spawning withers here, but I'm also kind of terrified that the wither will get free and destroy all the slime that I placed. And if that actually happens, I may never play Minecraft again. So there's that. And also, I don't know if I want to sit here and figure out the wither tech. You know what I mean? I also don't know what I'm going to do with the obsidian for a number of reasons. One, I already have a bartering farm, so it's not like I ever really need to mine obsidian because I have a farm that allows me to get obsidian pretty easily. I guess I could make a wither. I know there's a wither obsidian farm that you can make, but that doesn't seem like I don't really need that. You know what I mean? I've seen some of those farms, and they're really, really cool. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know, well, like, what's the point of having a farm that gives you like 40,000 obsidian? I genuinely don't know what I would need. And when I'm done with like mining out the pillars, it's something like there's somewhere around like 30 or 40,000 pieces of obsidian that I'll have. If I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. And I think it depends on the spawns. But I did spawn in the dragon and kill all the dragons, like, enough. Made sure that I had all the, what are these, end gates? Make sure that, I never have to worry about... I'll never have to worry about the, spawning the dragon again. Just could you imagine mining out all the pillars and then respawning the dragon and then just watching the pillars come back? I would be so sad. That would be such a sad day. At that point, I would just have to figure out how to incorporate the pillars into the mega build that I have. I also wanted to mine out the pillars because I know other Minecraft YouTubers have done that, and I was just curious. I just wanted to know. God, what's this like? I need to know this. Just once in my life, I need to mine out the pillars just so I know what it's like. I can say that I did it, and then I never have to do it again. Kind of like placing 263,000 blocks of slime, you know? Like, yeah, I did it. I did it once. I never have to do it again. All right, so it's Saturday. What is everyone's plans? I'm trying to think what I have planned today. I don't think I have anything planned. Maybe just do some like housekeeping, I guess. Seems like mining is the best way. Well, that's kind of sad to think about. That's a real sad story. I mean, let me look something up. Homework on a Saturday? You're dedicated. I love that. I love that for you. I mean, maybe I don't love it for you because homework can be boring, but like the fact that you're dedicated enough to do it on a Saturday is just typical. You know what I mean? Mod to mine obsidian. I'm just curious if there is one. Huh. So there's something called Obsidian Buster that allows you. It's like it adds a. Oh my gosh! What a recipe! But it allows you to like insta-mine. Let's see. Has 128 durability or 2 stacks of obsidian. The tool is intended to be used to allow players to quickly gather obsidian blocks from the world, which the mod author finds to be a typically arduous task. Interesting. So it allows you to mine 2 stacks of obsidian, and I guess it happens relatively quickly, and that's it. You got to make a bunch of them, but it costs a lot. School sucks. Yeah, school's pretty boring. It's important, right? Like, obviously education is important, but some of the stuff you have to go through is pretty poopy, in my opinion. Also, are we at the same level as the other? Yeah, there it is, right there. Almost died because of Enderman. I'm at a half heart. Eee! I've done that a number of times with Enderman. They hit pretty hard, especially early game. It feels like they hit hard. Gotta try and keep a good mental. That's the best. That's all you can do, to be honest with you. Making sure that you have solid mental breaks from homework and whatever else. That is true, but in like in the past, in when I was playing like hardcore worlds, even this was a hardcore world initially. I don't think I got close to dying to an Enderman in this world when it was a hardcore, but I've lost other hardcore worlds because I was being dumb and not really paying attention and died to an Enderman. Though I would be happy if there was like an Enderman boss. It doesn't have to be an Enderman specifically. If there's a boss that kind of like attached its lore to Enderman, that would be kind of cool. It would be cool if it dropped an item that allowed you to teleport between. I mean, obviously you have end portals, but like if there was like a handheld item that allowed you to quickly teleport between the overworld and the end, that would be really cool. I don't know how hard that would be, but I don't know. Maybe it had like a 10-time use or something like that, so you had to go back and kill the boss again, and like so there's some replayability there. But I would love to see another end update. Like the end cities were cool initially, and Elytra's been nice, but I don't know how long ago did that happen. A long time ago. So it's like, can we get another update? Hello, other chat. It's so weird seeing both of you guys like chatting in YouTube, but because one of you is watching the horizontal version of the stream and the other's watching the vertical version of the stream, you can't see each other's chats. It's really weird. You know what I mean? Bum, bum, bum. All right, this pillar is done for now, anyways. That means we've done two until this point, like, right? Yeah, look at that. Isn't that cool looking how flat it is? All right, what's the next tallest one? One. I think it's this one. No. This one? Yeah, it's this one. This one, and then that one, and then that one, maybe? Can't really tell. But it's one of these three. I gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the restroom. Let's see, can you tell the other chat that I said hello from YouTube? Tell me what they say. That guy said hi, just in chess. You like chess, I assume? I'll be right back. BRB, enjoy the music, I guess. Whatever. Okay, I'm back. All right. You guys are 12, 16, 1275 in chess. Jeez. Y'all are way better than I am. I'm horrible at chess. I am cheeks at chess. I also don't understand like openings and stuff, which isn't good. I mean, maybe it is good. Maybe it's just fun to not know what you're doing, but I'm so bad at chess. What is my elo? What's the elo you start off with? 500? Something like that? I am horrible at chess. I also get bored after a while. Like when someone starts like when they start taking too long to make a decision, I'm like, dude, come on. I would rather just quit the game. You can have the win. You're taking forever. No, I probably play once. I'll go through like a 2-week period where I want to play chess. Very similar to like the 2-week Minecraft period. And I'll play for like an hour a day. Something like that. You know, like 4. I'll watch, like every now and then I'll watch chess. I'll watch Gotham Chess from time to time. Especially when he's talking about Magnus or Hikaru. But other than that, I'm not a chess. I was in a chess club as a kid. That was kind of fun sometimes. But then I really got into sports. And not that chess isn't a sport. It's like a mental sport. But anyways, once I got into like football and basketball, I was kind of obsessed with that. Know what I mean? Dude, I need to understand the science behind being tired after sleeping 8 hours. Like, okay. I know I already mentioned this, but like, I did sleep for a total of 8 hours, and maybe I just got poor sleep in general. But I genuinely want to understand the science between like how I can sleep that long. But because I wake up early, or I woke up early today, with the sun being down, like why I feel so sleepy. Very good at openings and mid game or in game, but bad at mid game. I'm bad at all of it, and a lot of it has to do because I rush. And 2, I don't see a lot of like traps. I don't like if I see that I can take a piece, I can't see far enough in the future to like understand what is a good move and not. And also understanding like when you should be retreating versus when you should be attacking. Like that's one thing that I don't fully understand. I'm like, why am I not just taking all these pieces? You become Magnus at endgame? Ooh, okay. Alright, you're a little magician. I'm just bad all the way around. And I accept it, you know? But it is fun from time to time. I will say that. It is fun from time to time. Bum, bum, bum. I'm trying to think what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day, and I have no earthly idea. Probably going to do some kind of working out. I ate really poorly yesterday, so I kind of feel gross. I think part of that's why I feel so sleepy. I mean, it's fun winning the tournament. Like, if you're competitive, it doesn't matter how old you are or young you are, right? If we're in a competition and you're my opponent, best believe I'm treating you the same way I would anybody else. Your age does not matter to me. You know what I mean? I guess on the same kind of like note, if you're young and you absolutely demolish me, I can't cry to you, you know? You're just flat out better than me. And I gotta be willing to accept that. I think that's one of the things that makes like chess so unique. Like, if I were to play a 7-year-old in basketball, it doesn't matter unless I am like 65 and physically incapable of moving. There's not going to be very many 7-year-olds right now that can beat me in basketball, if there's any, right? But in chess, it's such a mental thing that it could definitely happen. In fact, I know for a fact there are 7-year-olds today that would destroy me in chess. You know what I mean? I think that's what makes chess so unique, in my opinion. Or at the very least, it's part of what makes it so unique. Aw, oh, darn it. Bum 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 ba dum ba dum. Oh! Bum 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 bum. Dude, I feel gross right now. What you eat really does matter. That's kind of crazy. I mean, it's not crazy. It's well known, but like, I had pizza last night for dinner and I feel so disgusting in terms of like my energy. I don't like it. I should definitely focus on eating better all the time. And I don't know why I do that to myself. Like, I know that I feel better when I eat clean. Say clean, when I eat healthier foods. But it's like, there's like this little piece of me that's like, oh, I think it's gonna be okay if I eat this. No, it's not. I'm tired for no reason. I also need to find out if my gym, like what time my gym has. One second. I'm probably gonna have to go. I need to go work out today. Let's see. What time is childcare? That's what's important here. Oh, it's early. And will I be able to work out tomorrow? I don't think so. All right. I got something in my eye. Ow. Ow, that hurt, dude. What was that for? I don't know if that was an eyelash or if there was sleep still on my eye. That hurt. It still hurts, actually. Ow. Ow. Alright. What time is it? 7:15. My kids are about to start waking up, so we're gonna finish this layer. Am I gonna finish this layer? No. Well, there's Enderman spawning. Alright, that's gonna do it for the stream. I know it was short, but I gotta go be dad, so I'm gonna go do that. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Y'all have a good one. I'm out of here. Maybe I'll stream later on today, who knows. Probably not, but we'll see. Oh, wrong button. Y'all have a good one. Hanging out.